What's up, everybody, and good afternoon. My name is Corey, and I'm actually coming to you today as Danny Tanner, and I'll tell you why in just a second. Next to me, though, we have Cleaning Ken, and down there we have Aaron the Great joining us. These folks are from Healthier Home Products, and they have their own live show, believe it or not, every Monday at 4:30 Eastern. We go live, and we talk about what's going on in the world as far as cleaning. And today's show is massively important because back to school is starting, my friends. Back to school is starting. And we've got a lot of ways to help you keep your kids clean, sanitary, not disinfected, okay? We're not going to be killing things, but clean, okay? And you can be clean and safe at the same time. And these are the two best people to talk to you about that. Ken's a dad. I'm a dad. Aaron the Great is a great mom. That's why she's Aaron the Great, okay? And so they happen to sell these cleaning products, of course, but Ken knows more about this space than anybody I've ever met. And if you're watching on High Speed Daddy or you're watching on Lean Green Dad, welcome. You guys are used to seeing me, right? I'm usually with Craig and George, and we're talking about everything dad style. And, you know, if you're on Lean Green Dad, I'm usually cooking something random. But listen, these three brands are friends, and these three brands also have kids that are maybe going back to school or maybe not going back to school. So we're going to give you three big tips that you can do to help keep your space nice and clean. All right. And I guess we'll start with Aaron, if that's okay. You know, Aaron, we've got some parents going back, some parents staying home, some parents doing a hybrid. What is the first tip that you would give them as far as keeping things clean, keeping things organized?
Well, I think it's important to just throw out there that this year is going to be very different than anything we have ever experienced before. And
Amen.
Gosh, being flexible right now is what it's all about. I'm getting emails every other day from my daughter's school saying, okay, this is what's going on. No, wait, this is what's going on. And, they're doing the best they can. We're all doing the best we can. And, it's really interesting to see some of the changes that are coming about. I think the biggest one so far that I've seen is, we've gone from a community-based school where everybody shares everything to suddenly no more lockers, no more community anything. Everybody has their own stuff. You're keeping it in your backpack and it's going with you everywhere. So,
yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see how this pans out.
It is. I mean, Ken, would you say, as Aaron's talking about this community stuff and it's not sharing anymore, I mean,
right.
What is that what you would say would be tip number one?
Absolutely. I mean, it used to be, you'd bring in your box of tissue that everybody's, glomming onto and doing this and that. You'd bring in a bunch of pens and everybody kind of used their pens and put them back and you grab somebody else's. That's out the window right now. So now instead of thinking about that, think about those little packets of tissue that would probably be good to have in their backpack or have in their locker or have, by their desk, something more personal. Their personal pens, maybe get a little demarcation on there for each pen that they've got. Something simple that you can do. You don't have to write their name on a pen, obviously. But Aaron, what are your kids' favorite things on? If you were to have a sticker and put it on, what?
Oh, if they're little girls, it's all about unicorns and mermaids and rainbows and.
So you could put a sticker. You could put a sticker on every single one of those things.
I like unicorns and mermaids. They're pretty cool. Mermen, merwomen, Hey.
And if you've got little guys, you can either put a sports team on there, maybe if that's what they're into, but a magic marker, any fingernail polish. If you want to do something instead of stickers, there's a simple thing that you can demarcate for every person so they know this is mine. And it depends on the level of concern. Some parents aren't as concerned, but the ones that are, you can certainly take steps to make sure that you've got your child's personal belongings a little more demarked for their possession, which is a good thing.
I love it. All right. So first tip, people, make sure you mark their territory.
Smaller buys.
Let them not share things. This is the first year where you're not going to be encouraged to bring things as a community investment. All right. I think teachers, if you're listening to this, I would say just give something to a kid like this is your blue and red. Don't share it. You get blue and red, you get green and yellow, you get purple and pink. Like, that's it. That's the only colors you get, kids. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure it out. But seriously, listen, don't share things. Okay. Just don't share things. I don't know how we're going to get kids to wear masks. I have no idea how this guy, I got a 5-year-old. I can't send him to kindergarten right now. He's going to be like taking that thing off every second. And his has little baby sharks, baby shark, do, 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 do. Like, he's got it on there. I'm like, that kid's not going to wear that thing. So we're choosing to stay home. So we got couple different things going on here, right? I got some of my friends are sending their kids back. That's cool. No judgment. I can't. My wife is also immunocompromised, so I got to be super careful, right? But my sister-in-law is a teacher. It's rough. All right,
Corey, I'm glad you mentioned that, because that is the reality. I mean, if you look at the studies right now, kids seem to have low problems with this issue. But if someone is compromised, that's another thought that you've got to consider. So everybody has their own balancing act they're doing, and I think you've just got to, like we said, be a little flexible with the thought process.
Yep. All right, so let's talk about number 2 here. And whether you're staying at home or whether you're going back, you are going to need this supply, this piece. What is it, Ken? What do you got?
Well, this was actually Erin and I were talking about this, and she was talking about how she just got this piece of notification from the school that nothing in your lockers anymore. Nothing. She's like, "What am I supposed to do now? I don't get anything in the lockers." But I do have a great tip for this, because people, you're normally buying backpacks for your kids, and they tend to be, you want to personalize a little bit or something a little bit different, but you spend $50, $60, $70 sometimes on these backpacks, and by the end of the year, they're just trash. They're really not built that well per se. And now with kids having to tote basically everything around, it seemed like even without COVID, my son had to do that growing up anyway. He always had, 40 pounds of books in his back.
Yes.
But I found probably the greatest item that people should take a look at. Now this thing has some pretty cool look to it, at least as far as I'm concerned, but this is by High Speed Daddy. And I happen to know these guys, and I use this for my travels. And there is no better, I'm telling you, if you're a parent, let's forget about the kids right now. This is about Ken. If you're traveling, ditch the shoulder bag for the computer that just drags your shoulder down. Feels like it's going to collapse at the end by the time you get to the end of the runway or the concourse. This sucker has got the most comfortable shoulder straps that are contoured for your body type. Plus, if you could see, it almost looks like a chest armor on here, but these are comfortable pads back here that you will never wear out wearing this. I mean, I don't care what you got in here. I got computers and books in here. You'll never feel fatigued with this. It just feels so comfortable on your back. And there's even a back padding for your lower back. Now, for my son, let's switch gears again, back to the son. Not only, this obviously carries a lot, but I watch my son come home. Sometimes he's dragging his backpack, which is maybe a reason why it didn't last as long. But this little sucker, they've got like these Goodyear tire rubber pads on here that you will, I bet you can't wear these suckers out if you were dragging these things a little bit. So I would just tell people, if you are one of those parents that has to buy a backpack every year, and most do, it's one of those large sections in the stores, step it up and take a look at High Speed Daddy. They got a great website. You've got 2 of the greatest vets running this company, making donations, and they care about their customers. Craig Rizzoli, George Bryant, they make top-notch stuff on here.
I love them too. Listen, I've got my bag right here. Mine's camo. Okay, so I'm respecting the veterans and all that fun stuff. Erin, I did mute you just because your mic was giving me weird feedback, but I'll bring you back on in a second. So yeah, we love this company, great bag, and lifetime warranty. That's probably the most important thing to mention. All right, so that's our PSA for backpacks. But Erin, do you ever clean your kids' backpacks? And if so, how do you do it? Do you spray it down? Do you wash it? What do you do?
I'm not big on using disinfectant sprays because there's so many chemicals in them.
Yeah.
Look at this again. Prepared right there. All-purpose cleaner is a great option. What I like to do is add a little bit to a bucket of water and soak it, because my daughter's backpack is disgusting. I don't know where it's been. Yeah. And I don't even want to talk about how disgusting the water is.
But they are nylon. They are nylon. You can put them outside, let them air dry, and they're going to have no mold or mildew.
Nice. Okay. Just let him dry by this time. All right. Brilliant. Okay, Aaron, I'm getting weird feedback from your mic. I'm just going to mute you again. Okay. All right. Hang on. All right. So Ken, as we go into number 3, let's talk calculators. Okay. Talk to me about calculators. Do we need them? Do we not need them? What do we do? How do we keep them safe? All this kind of stuff.
Right. Well, this is kind of a money saving tip. I mean, I'm slow, but I'm not stupid. When my son was in earlier grades, I always had, you see their school supplies and you got to buy this. And it started out with these modest calculators. But by the time they start hitting 3rd grade, all of a sudden you're in the $40, $50. And they always had the same type of nomenclature. It was TI, like Texas Instrument, I hate to say the name. And then it was kind of like a grade nomenclature. So I'm realizing every year these things are going up. So what I did about 4th grade, I went to the 5th grade teacher. I said, what calculator do they need for 5th grade? So I bought that 5th grade calculator for his 4th grade, and he used that for 2 years. So then by the time when he got to 6th grade, I went to the 7th grade teacher and said, what calculator are you doing for 7th? So it was a way for me to get a couple years out of calculators. And by the time you're getting up into that middle school, and I know it depends on district and maybe your child's proclivity with mathematics, maybe you've got to spend more, but there's a way to mitigate that factor. And because those calculators got to be about $150 a year.
Yeah.
So if you can up at 1 and keep it for 2, that was a way to keep those costs down. And I'd encourage anybody to do that. I didn't have multiple kids, so it's just like handing me down, which is another thing, obviously, but sometimes they don't make it, to that 3rd kid anyway. But there's a way to mitigate that cost with just buying up 1 year and keeping it for 2.
I love it. All right, I'm gonna give a new tip here too, and then Aaron, I want to hear your take on this, and then we're gonna sum it all up. Okay, so Erin just went through 30 days of like cleaning her house, 30 days of clean. Okay. And it's changed her whole household. For me, I have simply done one thing. Okay. One thing. And that one thing is I will force my kids, ask my kids starting at 8:00 to clean. Okay. We have 2 countertops. So we have a high countertop and we have a low countertop, like an island type of thing. And so one kid does the top, one kid does the bottom, and then 5-year-old does the living room. Okay. He puts all the toys back where they go. So together as a family, we're cleaning. And then whoever's doing the countertops, they just push everything on the floor, right? They're using the all-purpose. They wipe everything on the floor. And then the fun part comes. This is why I'm Danny Tanner. I vacuum in the dark with an LED light.
So smart.
I'm telling you, folks, when you turn off the lights pitch black and you have a vacuum with an LED on it, it'll make you, I'm like, oh, come on. Like you can see everything. And it's so clean and it's so perfect. And the worst thing, I don't know about you, but the worst thing for me is walking through my kitchen with bare feet and I'm collecting every single crumb that my kids have put on the floor. It's just like, you're like, ugh, and you run to the carpet, you wipe your feet off real quick, and then you're like, what did I just do? My carpet's dirty, right? So these are the problems. Aaron, do you have these routines? Are your kids doing these things? They have their list, right?
They do. They have their daily chore lists. Unfortunately, we just got back from being gone for about a week. So they had a nice little vacation from their chores, but guess what's starting back up when I get home today?
That's right. Cleaning time. That's great. I love it. I love it.
And for whatever it's worth with encouragement, I would tell any parent, they're never too young to build good habits in. And it's something we're gonna have to cross the Rubicon at some point into adulthood. You might as well get some of those habits built in.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Well, it looks like we lost. Oh, Erin's back. Okay. She's here. She went out for a second. Well, Aaron, I've still got you muted, but we're closing the show. So life is good. We are so happy that everybody was here and everybody was able to watch. Again, thank you to our friends at High Speed Daddy. We had to show them the backpack just because they let us hop on their channel. And of course, if you are interested in learning more on how to clean your house safely and effectively for your family, for your pets, check out healthierhomeproducts.com. There's multiple bundles, including the wall bundle, the clean walls bundle. You got to check this thing out. And then you can actually do 128 loads of laundry. Is it 128? Is that what it is, guys?
128 loads of laundry or more.
And then you can make 10 bottles of all-purpose cleaner and you can clean your bathroom for up to a month with the Eco Excellence bundle. So go check that out. And you know what? If you don't buy anything, that's okay too, because we got you covered. You'll be looking at the site and then it's going to pop up in a little screen. It's going to say, hey, would you like a free guide on how to clean your own stuff or how to make your own cleaner? And we'll give that to you. We want you to clean things and actually deep clean them rather than spraying them with alcohol and using stinky vinegar and everything else in your house.
And be healthy along the way.
Yeah, come on. And have healthy pets, of course. All right, folks. Thank you for watching. And we are here, like I said, every Monday at 4:30 Eastern. And we're honored to have you. And again, thanks to our partners for letting us come on. And we will see you soon. Bye, guys.